Hi, my name is Cold Beer and let's start with Dandy Ace. Internet is filled with lists of games like Hades, but most of them are copied from each other and contain games like Darkest Dungeon and Slay the Spire.
What?
I know, right? So Dandy Ace is a fast-paced roguelike experience hugely inspired by Hades, but not blindly copying it. You'll become a fabulous magician seeking to combine and use your magical cards while fighting and looting your way to defeat the green-eyed illusionist who has imprisoned you in a cursed mirror.
Ooh.
While battling your way through this ever-changing place, combine different cards with more than 1,000 possibilities, each with their own playstyles and powers. People on Steam are saying that the game is quite difficult, but has great visuals and the gameplay itself is very entertaining. Dandy Ace has a very positive review score on Steam, so it may be the game you are looking for. Dreamscaper. This is a beautiful action roguelite game. At first the gameplay is very easy. At least it was when I played the game. I felt no bigger challenge and all the creatures died from my mighty swings without any problems. I was like, hey, I'm really good at this game. The challenge began when I finally met the first boss. And the fight was great, like 10 out of 10 great. And also it was the strongest aspect of this game. But I was kinda surprised that the more I played, the more Souls-like the game got. Easy peasy beginning was a trap. Actually, Dreamscaper is very unforgiving and difficult. I wouldn't mind, but most of the weapons here are slow, you know, like your sister. I felt like I was swinging them through the water or something, and you have to make perfectly timed attacks for critical hits. That is a hard thing to do with slowpoke weapons, but if this isn't a problem for you, then it may be the game for you. It has great art design, visuals, puzzles, and the gameplay is really fun. People on Steam are saying that it scratches the itch for Hades, and that exactly is what you are looking for. Dead Cells. A participant from the platformer genre, it works and plays basically like Hades, just in a flat 2D setting, and overwhelmingly positive reviews should lock your attention even if you don't like pixel art graphics. The game can stand strong behind the name of the style. It is true art. The game is really beautiful, just like you, my friend, but graphics are just one side of a coin. People on Steam are talking that this roguelite Metroidvania is probably the best game of all similar platformers. Along with the graphics, you will get great music and a gameplay more addictive than beer. If you wake up in the morning, your hands are trembling and all you want to do is play Dead Cells, you are Dead Cellaholic. Please, don't seek help, gaming is good for you. Although keep in mind that the game is hard and it actually is Souls-like, meaning that you will die here again and again, and then again. This way the game justifies its name. Because of that, some cells may actually die in your brain. Wizard of Legend. This is a fast-paced dungeon crawler with roguelike elements that emphasizes dynamic magical combat. Quick movement and even quicker use of spells will allow you to chain spells together to unleash devastating combos against your puny, pathetic enemies. You will collect valuable spells and relics and build up your magical arsenal to fit your playstyle, which, as we all know, is to die again and again and again. You'll find over 100 unique spells and discover various spell combinations and synergies. People on Steam are saying that this is a fun game, although it has some annoying stuff, like getting stun-locked by some basic enemy and losing half of your health. It feels like you are getting robbed by a grandma with a fork or something. Despite that, the game is very well received by players. About 90% of reviews are positive. Children of Morta. This is an action RPG with a roguelite approach to character development where you don't play a single character, but a whole family of heroes. You will hack and slash through hordes of enemies in procedurally generated dungeons, caves and lands and lead the family with all their flaws and virtues against the forthcoming corruption. The game is not for everyone. For example, I don't like stories about cute cozy families, about love and similar drama. I want good action, and if it lacks action, it has to be really good drama, you know, like movies Lost in Translation, American Beauty, 7 Pounds, Parasite or Arrival. But this game wants to be both hack and slash Hades Diablo and a drama about family. I don't know who the target audience is. Well, you might like it after all. 90% of reviews are positive, so it may be your spoon of potato salad after all. Curse of the Dead Gods. This game is obviously oriented for the fans of Hades, or as one commentator on Steam said, Curse of the Dead Gods plays as Hades and looks like Darkest Dungeon. Honestly, it's a fair comparison. So in this game you will seek untold riches, eternal life and divine powers. It will lead you to this accursed temple, a seemingly infinite labyrinth of bottomless pits, deadly traps and monsters. Well, the rest is self-explanatory. The game also introduces a cool mechanic of unique curses. They influence each attempt, putting a twist on every action. Although keep one thing in mind, you will have to parry a lot, and that Souls-like mechanic sometimes is very annoying. Otherwise, it's a great game. 86% of reviews on Steam are positive. Undermine. This is an action-adventure roguelike that blends combat and dungeon crawling with RPG-like progression. Mine gold, die, upgrade yourself, and then try again. Discover hundreds of items including relics, potions, blessings and curses that all stack for a new experience every run. Challenge dangerous bosses and rescue helpful characters that provide new upgrades for your adventure. Also decipher the cryptic messages of the Undermine's residents and unfold the mystery at the heart of the dungeon. People on Steam are saying that the game reminds them of one thing, like someone took the mines from Stardew Valley, upgraded them heavily and made them into a game. Undermine has about 90% of positive reviews, but some people complain that it is unbalanced and can infuriate you. But hey, you play these games and hope to die just to be reborn stronger again. Unexplored and Unexplored 2, The Wayfarer's Legacy. First part has better gameplay and has 90% of positive reviews, but the second has way cooler visuals, although as a game it is slightly worse, with the review score being just a little below 80%. So Unexplored is the roguelite that feels like a roguelike. That's what developers are saying. An accessible yet challenging action RPG, praised for its great level generator, real-time combat and a surprising amount of content and depth. Plus, here you'll find free DLC which adds even more variety. You will explore dangerous dungeons, solve mysterious puzzles, and engage terrifying foes, big and small, in intense melee combat. Second part, called The Wayfarer's Legacy, is similar, although with more impressive visuals. But compared with the first part, it's a bit clunkier, has a fair amount of glitches and bugs, and also an insufferably long tutorial. Despite that, I think that it is a fun, underappreciated game. You can play the demo version absolutely free and check it out by yourself. It is also an amazingly light game. It will take only 2 GB of your storage cosmos, or storage space if you prefer to call it like that. The Binding of Isaac. 97% of positive reviews is something that must be exhibited in the Museum of Awesome, and those 97% are left not by some bunch of 200 people. Oh no, you have to add 3 zeros to that. So more than 200,000 people are saying that this game is awesome. It's an automatic must play and you have no arguments against that. So the story begins when Isaac's mother starts hearing the voice of God in her head, demanding a sacrifice be made to prove her faith. Isaac escapes into the basement facing droves of deranged enemies and lost brothers and sisters. You know, those who were sacrificed before to prove the faith, also his fears and deepest terrors, and eventually his loving mother. Here you'll find over 500 hours of gameplay, challenge runs, more than 450 items, controller support, and 2-player local co-op. The game also supports 60 frames per second refresh rate and, listen to that, 637 Steam achievements. So I guess it's your time to collect them all. Moonlighter. Here you are a shopkeeper who wants to keep your customers happy by providing them with various goods. You can put items on sale, set their price carefully, manage gold reserves, recruit assistants and upgrade the shop. But be careful though, some shady individuals may want to steal your precious wares. The trickiest part is getting the goods. You have to swim over River Nemunas to Kaliningrad, get contraband and then swim back to European Union to get rich. No, of course I'm kidding. You have to go to ancient passages to different realms and dimensions, fight various enemies and collect items from their dead, called maimed bodies. So romantic. Anyway, here the part where you hack, slash and die begins. People on Steam are saying that the game is fun, aesthetically pleasing and relaxing. Yeah, relaxing. So forget about big challenges, it's an easier game in general. But hey, it's nice to have something not Souls-like hardcore from time to time after all. And as a bonus title, I present you Risk of Rain 2. A bit different roguelike made in 3D setting, and also this is a shooter, that's why it's here as a bonus title. Nevertheless, fans of Hades are saying that the game has similar principles and is very recommended for you if you like the genre in general. And if you like this video, check out my brand new list about games like Darkest Dungeon. It contains 10 great games and will help you slay encroaching boredom with style. Thank you for watching, have a nice day and I'll see you!
Next time. Bye.